Thank you. की जय। अनंत वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोकुल श्याम कुंड राधा विलास गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम श्री जगन्नाथ धाम की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन महादेवी की जय। प्रभुपाद चैतन्य प्रभु गोस्वामी की जय। स्मॉल मीटिंग्स की जय। गौर प्रेमानंद all glories to the Sambhūtiḥ, all glories, Krishna Guru and all glories to Sundar Goswami Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Very much for coming today on behalf of our Father Srimad Bhagavatam. Kids, can please go quietly to your classrooms. Everybody else will be replaced in move forward, so there will be a chance for the people that come to the back. I appreciate it. We are very honored, very happy to have the association of His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj. He's been giving wonderful classes and will continue today. For those of you who do not know Maharaj has been preaching Krishna consciousness for a number of years. He joined the movement in 1971, and 2 years later he took initiation from Srila Prabhupada himself. So again, we are very honored to have Maharaj today. Wonderful classes, so please, if you can, we all turn our cell phones off. That would be very nice, so that we do not interrupt Maharaj.
Please put in silent mode.
Gora Premanandi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswati Vyasa
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nasta Prayeshu Avadreshu
Nasaprayeshu Avadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistike
Bhakti Bhakti Nishiti.
I'm going to read from Srimad-Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, chapter 15, text 3. ṛṣaya ūcuḥ eṣaḥ viṣṇor bhagavata kalā bhuvana-pālinī iyam lakṣmyāḥ sambhūtiḥ puruṣasyānapāyinī. The great sage said, the male is a plenary expansion of the power of Lord Viṣṇu, who maintains the entire universe, and the female is a plenary expansion of the goddess of fortune, who is never separated from the Lord. Purport. The significance of the goddess of fortunes never being separated from the Lord is clearly mentioned herein. People in the material world are very fond of the goddess of fortune, and they want her favor in the form of riches. They should know, however, that the goddess of fortune is inseparable from Lord Viṣṇu. Materialists should understand that the goddess of fortune should be worshipped along with Lord Viṣṇu and should not be regarded separately. Materialists seeking the favor of the goddess of fortune must worship Lord Viṣṇu and Lakshmi together to maintain material opulence. If a materialist follows the policy of Ravana, who wanted to separate Sita from Lord Ramchandra, the process of separation will vanquish him. Those who are very rich and have taken favor of the goddess of fortune in this world must engage their money in the service of the Lord. In this way, they can continue in their opulent position without disturbance. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble, respectful obeisance unto him. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, we're still in Navaratri, and tomorrow is Dussehra, or Ramachandra Vijayotsava, or Vijayadashami, different names. So it's very instructive that everybody wants to become rich, and he needs the favor of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. But should not worship goddess of fortune separately, alone, but along with her husband, Lord Viṣṇu. That's the process. Sometimes, you know, I visited a few times the Indian devotees or non-devotees business, and they always have picture of Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Ganesh, isn't it? And you know what is the purpose? Lakshmi, of course, to pray to get the money, is it? And Saraswati to have the knowledge, the intelligence how to get it. And Ganesh how to take the impediments from achieving that. Is it? But if somebody is favored by Lakshmi ji, he should worship the Lord along with her, together, not separate. Ravana wanted to separate Sita Devi from Ramchandra, and he was destroyed. So, we should not try to enjoy material energy separately from the Lord. We should do it under the Lord's protection. And another significance of this particular pastime of the Lord, I'm going to read a quote by Srila Prabhupada. When Mother Sita was kidnapped by Ravana and the Rakshasas, Lord Ramachandra, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could have married hundreds and thousands of Sitas. But to teach us how faithful he was to his wife, he fought with Ravana and finally killed him. The Lord punishes Ravana and rescued his wife to instruct men to have only one wife. Lord Ramachandra accepted only one wife and manifested sublime character, thus setting an example for householders. A householder should live according to the ideal of Lord Ramachandra, who showed how to be a perfect person. Being a householder or living with wife and children is never condemned, provided one lives according to the regulative principles of Varnashram Dharma. Those who live in accordance with these principles, whether as householders, brahmachari or vanapasta, are all equally important. So Lord Ramachandra was teaching the whole world that it's best to have only one wife. I mean, he could have married thousands of Lakshmis if he wanted to, but no. He wanted to show human society that one should have only one wife. And that's very moral instruction. You know, when Lord Ramachandra was living in the forest, he was approached by whom? Shurpanak. She's Ravana's sister. She became lusty after Lord Ramachandra because he was very beautiful. So she became very much attracted to him. Using her power, she became very beautiful girl, young beautiful girl. So she approached the Lord and asked him, she very frankly said, I'm very much attracted to you. You are so handsome, so beautiful. Please marry me. Ramachandra said, oh, I'm very flattered, such a beautiful girl that likes me, you know. But I'm already married, and here's my wife Sita. But my brother Lakshman, he's free. You can go to him. So she went to Lakshman. Oh, dear Lakshman, you are so very handsome and beautiful. Why you will marry me, please? And Lakshman said, oh, I'm very much flattered too, but such beautiful girl like you. But you don't want to marry a servant. I'm a servant of my brother, but he's the king. You should insist on him. So she went back to Lord Ramachandra. Please marry me, and Lord Ramachandra told her, I wouldn't have married you, but I made a vow, Brat, to have only one wife. And here is my wife Sita, so please forgive me, I can't accept. He was very kind, very gentle, Lord Chandler. And then when, material desire not fulfilled, what happened? Anger comes, become angry. So she became angry at Sita Devi. Oh, because of you, you will not marry me. So she became witch ugly, and she was going to jump on Sita to harm Sita. She has a very long nails, big teeth, very frightening. But Lakshmana, to protect Sita Devi, he chopped off her ears and nose. So she went screaming, crying. Now, in her next life, she was born a hunchbacked woman in Mathura. When she saw Krishna entering Mathura, her attraction was reawakened. And she was a servant of Kamsa. And she was young but was hunchbacked, was ugly. But she immediately ran to Krishna, and she had sandalwood paste she made for Kamsa. But she took this paste and started decorating the Lord with this sandalwood paste, and Lord Krishna accepted her service. And being grateful, the Lord wanted to show his mercy to her. He grabbed her cheek and pulled her up, and the hunchback disappeared. She became very, very beautiful, Mary. She was 16 years old. And still being very attracted, lusting, in a lusty way to the Lord, she invited him to her home. So the Lord went there, and he put his lotus feet on her chest, and in that way all lusty desire disappeared, and she became pure devotee of the Lord. Immediately she became pure devotee of the Lord. So just see, even if somebody is attracted to the Lord in any way, the final outcome will be the person become purified. Tell you one story, true story. Many years ago, one thief was running from the police. And to hide, he saw a temple full of people, thousands of people. That's in India, people go by thousands to temples. So he mixed with the crowd, the police couldn't find him. But he remained at the temple and let me stay, 2-3 hours, the police will leave. And he sat down, and the speaker was talking about Krishna. And the speaker was saying Krishna, Vrindavan, describing the beauty of Vrindavan, the beauty of Krishna. And then he was describing how Krishna wear beautiful garlands and golden necklaces with jewels. So when the thief heard about the golden necklace with jewels, he became very interested to know more about Krishna. So when the lecture finished, he approached the lecturer, the speaker, and asked him, "Oh, sir, can you please tell me where this Lord Krishna lives?" "Oh, he lives in Vrindavan." "Oh, thank you very much. In which place in Vrindavan?" "The place is called Nandagaon." "Thank you so much." So he went to the train station to find out how far was Vrindavan and how much cost the ticket to go there. Then he went to his home and told his wife, "Dear wife, today I couldn't steal anything because almost the police caught me. But I was saved. But today I came to know about one Mr. Krishna, who is a very rich man. He has a golden necklace with valuable stones. So I'm planning to go to steal from him this necklace. But he lives far away, and I don't have money for the train. So please give me the golden earrings I gave you, so I can sell them to go there. Don't worry, I will buy you 3 pairs when I come back. You will be rich." "Oh, you know what you're doing, take." So the men arrived in Vrindavan. there is one train that goes into Vrindavan called Radharani Express. Have you used sometime? I used once, many years ago. So anyway, first person he met, oh, please, can you tell me where Krishna's house is? I hear this Nandagaon. It is true. Oh, you came to Vrindavan to search for Krishna? Well, yes. Oh, you are so fortunate. You are very blessed soul. But right now, at this time, Krishna is not in his house. At this time, Krishna usually with his friends and Balaram tending the cows in the forest around his house. So who knows, if you are very fortunate, you may could see him. Oh, thank you so much for your blessing, thank you. So the man went there and was searching for Krishna all the forests around Krishna's house, and he could not find him, of course. But then many days passed, no? Many days passed and couldn't find Krishna, but his desire increases, it didn't diminish. He was not discouraged. He was very determined. I must find this Krishna and steal from him, no matter what. And after like a week searching for Krishna day and night, his desire became like the hunger of a starving lion, you know, very intense. So one day he saw Krishna sitting on a rock under a tree with his cows around him. He became very happy. He ran, oh, Krishna Maharaj, Danya, I mean, he offered his respect, no? Namaste. And immediately he saw the golden necklace. So he told Krishna, dear Krishna Maharaj, your father Nanda Maharaj sent me here to ask you to give me this necklace, so to save it from thieves, maybe some thieves around here. So please give it to me, I will take to your home for saving. Krishna said, if there was any danger of thieves, Mother Yashoda could not have put on me this. No, she also told me, don't come back without this necklace. Maybe some danger around. And Krishna said, thieves around here? As far as I know, I'm not the only thief here. You know, Krishna is very known as thief, no? Makanchor. But he also liked to steal something more valuable than the makan. He liked to steal the heart of his devotees, and non-devotees alike. We may build walls of Maya around our heart, but our hope is that Krishna as a thief can jump the wall and steal the heart, and steal. That's our hope. We should pray to Krishna like that. Anyway, so Krishna told him, maybe you are the thief. And the thief said, well, Krishna, to be honest, yes, I'm a thief. But you are so nice and so rich, beautiful, I'm so poor and miserable. Why you just don't give me this necklace? You have many necklaces. One less, nothing for you. Krishna said, no, I can't do that. If I go home without necklace, Mother Yashoda will be angry at me. I can't do that. So, the exchange went on between Krishna and the thief, and his heart was softened, you know, by Krishna's loving dealing. When finally Krishna took the necklace and was going to give to him, the man fell in front of Krishna crying, no, Krishna, I only want to be your devotee, your surrendered devotee. Please bless me. He became great devotee of Lord Krishna. It's a true story. Huh? So we see when somebody approaches the Lord for some other purpose, and they end up as becoming purified. Some or other. So it's very important to understand that we are eternal servant of Krishna. We have a free will. The Lord is giving us the chance. You choose what you want to be, a devotee or a demon, or an impersonalist or a materialist, what you want to be. It's up to you. So there's another quote by Prabhupada speaking about this. So there's different types of want, there's different type of people. A demon's want is different and a demigod's want is different. But Krishna in both cases is the director. If he wants to prosper in this line, all right, take my direction. Do it. You become a first-class demon like Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, and become very powerful and create situation by which both you and your whole family will be killed. That direction is there. And to a demigod, a devotee, his direction he has. He goes back home, back to God. He plays with Krishna's cowherd boys. He dances with Krishna as a gopi. He becomes Krishna's father, mother. Clear it. Is it clear or not? Yes, devotees. Prabhupada. Krishna gives direction according to the person, what he wants. If he wants like a demon, Krishna will give him very good direction how to become first-class demon. And if he wants to become an associate of Krishna, a devotee, then he will give you first-class direction how can you become. Without this direction, you cannot go even a step forward. You are dependent in both the cases. You are not independent. You are dependent in both cases. Now, as you want, whether you want to become a demon or whether you want to become a devotee and make progress in that line, that is your decision. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes. Devotees say yes. So that's the point. Huh? Since beginning of creation, there are devatas and asuras. Beginning of creation, isn't it? Now, remember that Ravana was at the door of Vaikuntha. Remember? Last time? And the Kumaras came to enter. He and his brother, Jai Vijay, they stopped them. No, you can't come. You are small children. Go away. Do some tapasya. Then you can, when you grow up, you can come. Not now. You are too small now. So Kumaras were very eager to see the Lord, and they were stopped. They became disturbed. And they cursed them. Oh, you are not fit to be here. You should go back to the material world. So they're very frightened, So the Lord came as sure protection. You are my devotee, you have my protection. And the sages, the Kumaras, were very sorry. We're sorry we cursed your servant. We can't take it back. The Lord said, no. You are a great sage, your word must happen. But I'm giving my servant two choices. You can be in the material world 7 lifetimes as a devotee or 3 lifetimes as an asura, demon. You choose. All right, so why didn't you choose to be 7 life devotee? Anyways, 4 more lives is not too much. It's better to be devotee than demon, isn't it? But they consulted each other. Jai Vijay, very intelligent. Why the Lord is offering us to come back sooner to Vaikuntha as asuras than devotee? Why? Oh, now we understand. He wants to fight demons. Right now is beginning of creation in the material world. There are no asuras yet. So they went to the Lord and prayed, or the Lord, please give us a very evil mentality so we can give you a very good fight. They prayed like that. Because unless you have very evil mentality, you can't become enemy of the Lord and fight him. You have to be very powerful demon also to fight the Lord. You will not fight with any little small demon. So anyway, in that way they became Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Then next life they became first Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. No, first Ravana, Kumbhakarna, then Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. No, your first Hiranyakashipu, then Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and then the last Shishupala, Dantavakra. That was the last one. But they also appeared again in Chaitanya Lila as who? Jagai Madha. Because they did such a good service as demons, asuras, that they were given opportunity to take part in Chaitanya Lila. They got Krishna Prema. From Vaikuntha Prema to Goloka Prema. They upgrade. Because they did good seva as the asura. So asuras also doing seva to the Lord, indirectly, in the sense by fighting them, killing them, the Lord become more glorious, isn't it? Become more famous. So that in the indirect way they also doing seva to the Lord. But we don't recommend this type of seva. In the Shastra it is said, Anyavilashita shunyam gana karamadena vritam anukulyena Krishna shilanam bhakti uttama. Devotional service should be favorable to Krishna. Anukulyena Krishna. That is pleasing to Krishna. Pleasing to Krishna. Krishna doesn't show his anger unless his devotees are in danger. Otherwise, he will not show his anger. The Lord became angry at Hiranyakashipu because he was threatening the life of his devotee Prahlad. Lord Chandler became angry at Ravana because he took away his devotee's wife from him. So he became angry at him. So unless his devotees is in danger, the Lord will not show his anger. Only to protect his devotees, he can show his anger. Otherwise, he doesn't do it. So we should understand that each and every one of us has this free will. One, to be a devotee, who want to be a materialist or an asura, what you want to be. And the Lord is giving direction. Prabhupada is saying, even if you want to become a big cheater, you need intelligence to do that. So, once I met a man, I was distributing books, and asked him, what do you do for a living? He said, oh, to tell you frankly, I don't work. Then how you earn money? Oh, I go every day out of my house and pray to God, please send me some fool to cheat. So that's my job, talking people taking their money. And you don't know how many fools are out there. Just tell them truthful lies, they immediately give their money. So this is the world of the cheaters and the cheated. The material world. But if somebody wants to become devotee, meaning he doesn't want to be cheated anymore. He wants to be under the direction of the Lord and his pure devotees. Then we are safe. We are in a safe position. Isn't it? So it's very important to understand this philosophy of Krishna consciousness. So one who is fortunate, he becomes trained up in intelligence how to go back home, back to Godhead. And one who is not fortunate, his intelligence is used to go to hell. That's all. That is dushkriyana. To become a member of the hellish condition of life, that also requires intelligence. How to become first-class thief, how to become first-class cheater, first-class drunkard, first-class smuggler. Does not require intelligence, it requires intelligence. but their intelligence being used for going to hell. Another intelligence is being used to going back home, back to God. Intelligence there in both cases. Now is the technique, how to use it, that's all. That requires. That's a proper lecture in South Africa, October 18, 1975. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, intelligence required in any kind of activity. And who's giving the intelligence? Krishna. Everything comes from here. The knowledge, the forgetfulness, the intelligence, everything comes from the Lord as Paramatma. The body is like a tree, and there are two birds in that tree. One bird is eating the fruit of happiness and sorrow. The other bird is like watching his friend, waiting for him to remember him. We are never disconnected from Krishna. We just forgot him. Connection can't be lost, never. It's like a son and a father. The son may have never seen the father, but the connection is always there, as father and son. That can be broken. In the same way, our relationship with Krishna, as his eternal spirit, cannot be broken. We just forgot. So we are trying to remember, reawaken our remembrance of the Lord, and by doing so, we can prepare ourselves to go back home, back to God. This material world is not our real home. Here is danger every step. Padam padam yavi padam nate sham. Every step there is danger. The greatest danger is to forget the Lord and think ourselves separate, independent enjoyers. That's the greatest danger. That's the material consciousness. Everybody is struggling for existence in this material world, trying to compete with each other, trying to be the best in everything. But if we remember that we are only a small, tiny spark of the absolute truth. We are not independent. We need the air to breathe, food to eat, and who's providing all this? The Lord is providing all these facilities. So we should be grateful and worship the Lord. Instead of separating Sita from Ravana like Ravana did, we should worship them together to please them. And they will get all the blessings from the Lord. So that's very important. So tomorrow, that is that day. And in relation to Navaratri, they worship Goddess Durga for 9 nights, no? And 10 days. And what for? People, they ask material blessing, no? Isn't it? People want some material blessing. What usually they ask for in Navaratri, do you know? What kind of material blessing? Become rich, become healthy. In this material world, everybody wants 3 things. Health, money, and love. Isn't it? 3 things. But these things are not going to last forever. Krishna can give us his love, eternal love. Health and riches eternally is there in the spiritual world. Every step is a dance, every word is a poem. The land is made of touchstones, jewels everywhere. But we are wasting our time here trying to become rich for some time. Then at the time of death, we can't take anything with us. So much struggle, but we should know the goal. The goal of life is to go back home, back to God. That's the goal of life. And to do that, we should follow a moral life and chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So if you have any comment or questions, please do. We can have a little conversation. Yes?
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for your wonderful explanation. Just as you said, we will open up another time, otherwise, I was just wondering about the beautiful pastime that you were explaining regarding a Pṛthu.
Yes.
Now, Lord Ram has a wonderful way of punishing or rewarding people,
yes,
or correcting people, whatever we analyze as. But understanding the position of Pṛthu, sometimes we understand according to a scripture such as in Lord Goswami.
Yes.
Now anything, maybe now you can shed a light on that. Anything is justified if you have an intense longings for having Krishna, as Lord Goswami says, lolyam cha api mulyam.
That's correct.
Yeah. So only the price you need to pay is a greed to have Krishna. So in this sense, we can see that Pṛthu definitely it is not for pure love of God.
Yes.
But also understanding the point that akamo sarvakamo, for anything you come. So for her was sarvakamo.
Yes.
That she wanted everything from him. So now Lord Ram chose the extreme way of punishment and understanding a woman who is unmarried and damaging her in a such way that no other man will ever have her. What type of punishment is that?
Become very, very more ugly than she was already. Poor Shurpanaka, the Lord was very unjust to her. But as Krishna is more liberal and more kind and more embracing everyone, Ramchandra made vow only one wife. Krishna made everyone can dance with me as a gopi, Krishna married 16,000 wives. Krishna is more liberal. That's why people don't understand much Krishna as they understand more Ramchandra, because more moral, according to human morality, mundane morality is more easy to accept. For Krishna it's more difficult. Most people must understand that what is this dancing with young girls, so can you finish your question?
Yes. So my thing is that, we can never say any activity of Lord Ram, whatever he does, we can't say it is wrong.
Of course not.
We cannot say it is wrong. But how do you justify or explain this act of Lord Ram to make it that Ram is always right?
He's always right, no matter what he does, because it's for the benefit of everyone. I mean, remember, Lord Ramchandra didn't do it, that was his brother, Lakṣmyāḥ, who did the cutting.
Ordered by now.
Yeah, of course, but I mean to say, like I said, the Lord doesn't show his anger unless his devotee's life is in danger. So Shurpanaka was tolerated until she wanted to attack Sita and harm Sita. Then the Lord became angry. Otherwise, he would not show his anger. Unless his devotee's life is in danger, he will not be angry. So, there is one story in the Nectar of Devotion. One demon was saying, I don't fear Krishna. If he comes to kill me, the only thing I have to do is surrender unto him, he will forgive me. Very intelligent demon. He knows that. Even if you are a big demon, if you surrender, that means intelligent. To save his life, he will surrender. Once surrender is surrender. You can't go back. I changed my mind. No. Then it's as hypocrisy. The day we pray to Krishna and ask him, please, my dear Lord, from now on, please accept me as your eternal servant. I have forgotten you for so many lives. Now I came back to my senses. I understand. I was a big fool. Please don't reject me, accept me again. I want to be your eternal servant. The Lord accepts you immediately, gives all protection. But it had to come from the heart, not just lip service. So, some people even criticize Lord Ramchandra because he sent Sita Devi back to the forest, alone and pregnant. But they don't understand. time and circumstances. At that time in Treta Yuga, the moral code was very, very strong. If a woman stay one night outside of her home, nobody will marry her. Even if she go to her own family member. Understand? It was very strict at that time, the code. So Lord Ramchandra, every night, he will disguise himself as a regular citizen, and he walked the street of Ayodhya to hear what people say about his kingdom, about his ruling. One night he passed in front of the house of a Shudra, and a Shudra was having a fight with his wife. The wife went with some other man, and she was coming back. So the husband told her, you can leave. Go back to wherever you came from. I'm not going to maintain you. I'm not like Ramchandra. Although his wife was with Ravana, he still accepted her back. So Ramchandra became very much worried, So he consulted with his ministers what to do. Even the Shudra opinion was important, not only the Brahmana's opinion. So they called the Shudra to the king, to the palace, to correct him. Why did you speak like this? This is not correct. And Shudra said, well, I'm a Shudra, you are great Brahmanas, but I have a question for you. If your wife go to some other man, you will accept back? All the Brahmana could not speak. They will not say anything, nor see or no. They will not say yes or no. They were silent. They didn't know what to say. So in that way, the Shudra defeated the Brahmanas. And because of that, Lord Ramchandra was forced to send Sita to the ashram of Valmiki, the forest. Understand? So it's a different time, different moral code, not like now. Now is different, Understand? Now is, you adjust to Kali Yuga. What is there available, you do. Isn't? But that time was different time. So Lord Ramchandra, he set perfect example as human being. Maryada Puruṣottam. That's called Maryada Puruṣottam. People wants the kingdom of Lord Ram, but without Ram. Want the kingdom of God without God. They want to be happy, they want to be rich and everything, but no God in their lives. That is not possible. It's not possible. Any other question? Yes. Pass the mic, please.
Maharaj, I recently heard that in Kali Yuga, when you think about someone or when you commit a mind offense, it's not very important, meaning it's kind of discarded.
Yes.
But also we hear when we chant, when we create offenses, it's very much affects your chanting and your growth. So what do you understand both?
No. In Kali Yuga, you don't pay reaction for a sinful thought unless you do it. And if you have a spiritual thought, you get result as you have done it. That is special concession for fallen souls in Kali Yuga. But if you keep thinking of something bad, you will end up doing it. So better stop the thoughts. Understand? If just some thought came to your mind, you reject, you think of Krishna, that's okay. But if you keep thinking of it, then becomes thinking, feeling, and then willing. You can't stop it. Give you an example. One new devotee. He is walking on the street. He passes in front of a bakery. And he see a nice big cake, chocolate cake with strawberries and cream, and I used to like very much. So the mind tell him, oh, very tasty, isn't it? You used to like this cake much before. So he said, no, not now anymore. He keep walking. Or he could stop and stare at the cake. Then just the thought becomes feeling. Oh, I feel the need to eat a piece, you know. And then becomes willing. Oh, I have to do it. Nobody knows me around here, but the intelligence tell him, wait, you are a devotee now. This has egg, you are not supposed to eat egg. The mind answer, once a year doesn't harm. Once a year doesn't do any harm. He got in, then escape. You understand how the mind works? First thinking, then willing, then feeling. Progressively. Isn't it? So, we have to stop it no more than a thought. Came a thought, reject the thought, think of Krishna. Understand? But we have to be careful not to offend anyone even in the mind. Remember the story of Rupa Goswami? One devotee came to offer respect to him and he was in meditation on the Lord's pastimes in Vrindavan. So he was laughing. And the devotee had deformity in his body. So he thought Rupa Goswami was laughing at his deformity. So he became upset and he left. Then Rupa Goswami, meditation on the Leela of the Lord broke. He couldn't meditate. He tried again and again. He could not concentrate his mind on the pastimes of the Lord. So he consulted with his brother, Sanatana Goswami, why this happened to him. Sanatana Goswami told him, this must be that you made some offense to Vaishnava. And unknowingly. A devotee never should offend knowingly any other Vaishnava. But unknowingly sometimes may happen, like in this particular situation. So Rupa Goswami told his brother, but how can I know who I offended to rectify this? And Sanatana Goswami said, invite all the Vaishnavas to prasadam feast. And the one who doesn't come, that's the one who feel offended. So he invited everyone in Vrindavan, everybody came, but this devotee didn't come. Then Rupa Goswami understood who he was. He took Mahaprasad and went to his home. I bring in this Mahaprasad, please accept. Please forgive me if I ever offended you unknowingly. And the devotee said, well, to tell you the truth, yes, I went to see you the other day to pay my respect to you, and you start laughing at me, at my deformities. And Rupa Goswami said, no, please don't think like that. I wasn't laughing at your deformity. Then what was you laughing at? Please tell me. Well, you are forcing me to tell the truth. I will tell you the truth. I was having meditation on Radha Krishna Leela. Radha and the gopis were picking flowers to make garland for Krishna. Krishna was hiding one tree, in the branches of a tree. Radharani went to that tree to pick flowers, but the branch was a little high. So Krishna, to help her, pushed with his foot the branch down. So she grabbed the branch and was picking the flowers. But Krishna took off his foot and the branch jumped up, along with Radharani jumped up also. So that made me laugh very much. I'm very sorry. Then the devotee fell at Rupa Goswami's feet asking forgiveness. Forgive me, I also offended you by thinking this way. And they offered each other their respect, they embraced, and they solved their misunderstanding. So that sometimes there is misunderstanding even among devotees. But we shall clear it out, and we shall, remind each other that we are all servants of the Lord. We should respect each other, never offend each other. That's very important. Any last question? Very good. So tomorrow we are going to burn Ravan. So please come. After the Aarti time, we are going to burn Ravan. And there will be prasad and a little talk also. I will speak about particular pastime of the Lord. So please come. Tomorrow is my last day here also. Leaving Tuesday. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
So very nice class, instructional and informative by His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj. Please give a big